But I would say as a utility to the listener, um, one of a difference between the two of us that I think is something that we navigate and accommodate one another on is pace. And I tend to go fast and kind of nonstop. And that has its place, right? And it is very effective, sort of. But because Creek and I communicate pretty well about what expectations are, we work around problems that would be there. But in relationships I've had in the past, I would have blown over people.
Okay.
Both because of my natural pace and from the transmitting standpoint and being pretty much indifferent to navigating. I would have steamrolled over people not realizing it and never looked back, and so then and that is sometimes rewarded by being effective, but with Creek, I'm kind of checking my rearview mirror. It's like he's following me in a car and I'm checking the rearview mirror to make sure he's still there because I know where we're going,
Great analogy.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm wrong, so he can say like, yeah, we took the wrong, that last left was not correct. So back on the road. But, that's one of the biggest differences I think between us is pace.
Okay.
And the solution to that, and I think any other problem that we would have, is communication. And how we communicate is going to be impacted by how we think. So we may have to use our words to say, this isn't working for me, or I need more of this or less of this, or ask questions. And I'm very bad at question asking. This is the whole point I wanted to make on coming on this podcast today. Is that the bleeding edge of growth for me is to ask questions instead of make statements.
Oh.
And Creek is an excellent teacher by example because he asks good questions. But he'll also directly push back on me and basically be saying, but make it in the form of a question, like he's Alex Trebek. Like, yeah, but imagine a world where that stuff you said was a question. I'll be like, okay, I got to get a pen. Hold on.
Gotta brainstorm this.
Hold on, I got to write. I got to
workshop
this
this
down
real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just give me 5 minutes, right? But that is something of real value. And I will say also, before knowing the Enneagram, I would have thought I was a great question asker, and that's not precisely accurate.
I think what is true is you're a voraciously curious person. Mm-hmm. I just don't think you always externalize the question that already happened in your brain.
Fact. I think because of the speed.
Yes. Well, and it's also with analog Enneagram and other ways that we've collaborated. Like Lee has been kind of on the board of directors of Fathoms for a few years, and I was leading that team, and so in that, sure, maybe she goes at 85 miles an hour, but when I'm in the lead, like she's easily in the back seat being like fine, but just be like, you could turn here, but there's a bridge up there. I'm like, cool, we're still going 55. So there's also a role thing, and this goes with the navigating and knowing right now in my life, my capacity to be a visioneer is limited. And so having Lee as the driver is just really helpful. Then I can hop in the car and we can go where we need to go.